The Carlos Correa free agent talk is officially over. He's found a new home, and it's in San Francisco with the Giants. First things first, I absolutely adore this signing for the Giants. Aaron Judge was supposed to be their guy, the big name they went out and got to help kickstart a dynasty, someone to build around, and someone to help build a winner. Well, Judge ended up staying a Yankee, so what do the Giants do now? Sign the next biggest name on the free agent market in Carlos Correa to be their new shortstop for more than the next decade. Correa will now be the face of a franchise that very much needed a face. Buster Posey is retired, Madison Bumgarner has been gone for years now and isn't the same guy he once was anyway. There's just a lot that has changed with this team, but the fans now have a player and guy to really rally around. Someone who's basically, at least in my eyes, going to be the captain and leader of this Giants team. As far as the contract goes, it's good for both parties. It's $350 million over the course of 13 seasons. A whole lot of money, of course, but also a lot of years, meaning the annual salary won't actually be that horrible and go that awfully much toward the payroll. It's about $27 million. Yes, that's a lot, but it could be a lot more. I think the biggest thing the Giants have to worry about is the fact that this deal will take Correa through to his early 40s. Obviously not necessarily that ideal, but the Giants know that, and are willing to sacrifice the risk of paying a declining and aging Correa for the fact that they get to have him in the thick of his prime right now. This contract has some interesting firsts to it. It's the largest contract for the Giants in their franchise history, the largest contract for any shortstop in history, and the largest contract ever in baseball history for an outside free agent. It's the fourth largest in baseball history behind Trout, Betts, and Judge's deals. Three guys who had either been playing for their respective team when they signed the deal or had been playing with them beforehand. $350 million. Again, a whole lot of money, but I believe it's worth it for the Giants, a team that could very well use a guy like Correa to kickstart another dynasty. He's a really good hitter, amazing defensively, is in his prime and could potentially get better, and has proven to be a good clubhouse guy and leader. It's really funny how we're all going to look back at Carlos Correa's year with the Twins in 2022 and be like, what? He was on the Twins? That's so random. What this also has done has potentially awakened one of the biggest rivalries in baseball with the Giants and Dodgers. The Dodgers were actually a team in the running for Correa, considering they have a hole at shortstop with two star players at the position leaving to sign big contracts elsewhere in back-to-back years in Corey Seager and Trey Turner. So Correa could of course fit real well in LA. Or would he have? I'm not going to get into this, really, because it's gotten beaten to the ground by this point, but Carlos Correa cheated in 2017. You know that, I know that, we all know that. It happened 5 years ago, but here's where things get interesting. A lot of Dodger fans, and I say a lot, not all, because there are some out there who would love to have him wearing Dodger blue, but a lot of Dodger fans are still not over the Astros cheating scandal, a scandal that Correa was right in the thick of. You then have what happened in 2020 between Correa and Joe Kelly, only for Correa to take Kelly deep the very next year at Dodger Stadium before an onslaught of boos.
Yep, you can hear him.
Joe Kelly isn't even a Dodger anymore, so that doesn't really have to do with anything, but I just feel the fact that Correa being involved with the scandal, added on to the fact that he has some beef with the Dodger players, guys who probably still aren't even too fond of him, I just think the fans, at least a large portion of the fan base, still hate him. And the Dodgers higher-ups themselves know it. In a recent report by MLB reporter and insider Ken Rosenthal, Dodgers general manager Andrew Friedman and the team decided not to pursue Correa partly because of the potential fan backlash. It also had to do with them not wanting to spend as much money and save for next year when they could potentially sign someone like Shohei Ohtani, but they also chose not to go after Correa, after all, realizing it probably just wouldn't be the best fit. Well, Dodger fans, you can fully embrace your hatred of Carlos Correa. Not only did he help cheat your team out of a championship, but he is now on your team's biggest rival for the next 13 years. This is going to be fun. I honestly don't believe this will just be a fan-player thing either. Yes, the fans will not hesitate to boo Correa at any chance they get and call him every name in the book, but I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some benches clearing situations with Correa right in the middle of it. Regardless of what happens, this is not just a great signing and move for the Giants, but it's a great move for the Giants-Dodgers rivalry, which is great for baseball, and hopefully we'll be getting some fun and meaningful games between the two teams for years to come, with Correa right in the thick of it all. Carlos Correa is a hated and wanted man in LA, and he just became more hated and wanted in LA. Let me know what you think. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.